welcome to day three. Okay, this is the last day of the hike. The last day was gonna be our longest day of the entire hike. We were gonna be doing, I think, 9.5 miles that day. But the good thing is, straight down. We were all so pumped about the first 2 days that we had. We did, I think it was 7 the first day, and I think 7 the second day. And so doing 9.5 miles down, we're like, this is a piece of cake, we've got this. We just hiked over a mountain. No big deal. Hiking down a mountain is like child's play. So we woke up in the morning. Ben's family came to get him. The next day, the park ranger checked on us and made sure he got out and he was okay. It was great. And we packed up. We sat at this beautiful spot again. We had our breakfast and we were getting ready to like hit the road, and then we saw a black bear.
Hi. He's coming around the... Yep, did you see him on the rock? Come up. Probably see him more. Yeah, you got long arms. Bye, buddy. Bye, bear. Oh my gosh.
Now, a lot of you might be like, what are you guys doing? You see a black bear, you shouldn't be anywhere near it. We were not invading its space. We were very far away from it. And it was just really cool to see this black bear in nature. And it was just a beautiful moment because we had seen a lot of deer. We had heard some other animals that were like rummaging around the campsites, but we hadn't really seen too much wildlife besides that, and squirrels and things like that. Saw the bear, and it was just kind of like again, another like little reward at the end of this hike, like to be a part of nature and to be a part of wildlife. So we packed up all of our stuff, said goodbye to the bear, and we started on our hike down the mountain. So we have made it to day 3. We're all hiking out. How's everybody feeling? Woo! Yes! We just left our really beautiful campsite, and now we have a 9-mile hike back to where our cars are at in Jenny Lake, right?
Yeah, we're going down Cascade Canyon.
Cascade Canyon. So it's gonna be quite a hike, but it won't be up. It will be straight down, which is great. But it was super beautiful. I think we all had a really great time. I don't think we had any bear encounters last night. We did see a bear this morning, but no bear encounters last night, which was great. Heading home. This is where like wildflowers just were everywhere. I mean, like when I think of wildflowers, this is what I imagine, and it was beautiful. There's creeks everywhere. We were like nestled in between these 2 mountain ranges, and it was just like, it's just beautiful. Like hiking out was just so beautiful. And as we were hiking out, we came across a couple of people and were like, watch out, there's a grizzly over there. We saw grizzlies. We almost felt like desensitized to the whole situation because we're like, well, we just slept in grizzly country. Like, we'll be fine. We ended up hiking down the mountain. We were going pretty fast, and Nelly had mentioned once we got to this certain point, we were gonna stop for lunch, and she's like, this is one of my favorite spots to stop. It's right along the stream bank, and we can dip our feet in, kind of like let them cool off, because I don't know if you know this, but hiking that much is just like treacherous on your feet. Oh my gosh, you have no idea. It's like my nail, I hurt my nail, it's gonna fall off. I had bruised toenails for days, and a couple of the girls, we were messaging in our group message that their toenails did fall off. So I got blisters on the back of my feet. It was a lot. So she was like, why don't we stop? We'll fill up our water canisters, which by the way, I have to show you what I used of all of my favorite stuff, and I'm gonna do a video about it. So we filled up our water, we pulled out our lunch, and at that point it was me, Nelly, Kenzie, Callie, and Jen. Aubrey was there as well. Was there a couple other? Actually, there might have been like 7 of us. Aubrey and Christy might have been there. I can't remember, I'll have to go back in the footage and look. There was a good group of women there, but Nelly was actually in the water, and she was filling up her water bottle. Okay, let me rewind a little bit. So basically, as we're hiking down the mountain, we saw a mama moose and a baby moose. One of the things that we learned prior to leaving on this hike was you want to stay so many yards away from wildlife, especially mamas and their babies, because I'm a mama. We're all mamas. We understand. You want to protect your baby. So we saw them, we stayed back, we allowed them to do their thing and pass, and they ended up running. So we're on one side hiking. They ran across the stream into the wooded forest area and they were gone. So we probably hiked 500 yards down the trail to get to the spot that Nelly was like, I really love this spot by the river or by the stream. It's really beautiful. We could stop, eat lunch, fill up our water bottles and put our feet in the water. And so we were like, this sounds amazing. This sounds great. Let's go do it. There was probably 6 or 7 of us there, and myself and this girl named Aubrey, we were sitting on the rocks, putting our feet in the water. Nelly was in the actual stream, and then Kenzie and Callie were kind of in this little wooded area that was right next to us. We were just sitting there, we were enjoying ourselves. A guy passed us on the trail and we all like said hi and everything. He was up maybe 200 yards on the trail or something like that. And Nelly and I, like I said, we're all like kind of at the river out of nowhere. And we were very responsible with this, and I think a lot of people are gonna think that we were not. Out of nowhere, this baby moose comes charging towards us, and the mom is right behind the baby because she's protecting her baby. And she is like huffing and puffing and snarling, and she is charging us because she thinks that we're going to harm her baby. So Nelly sees this and she goes, I'm gonna be doing a lot of bleeping right now, but she's like, grab the bear spray, get out of the water, run, hide, freaking out. So everybody left our stuff. The mama moose is charging at us, and we are all running and hiding, and we see a lady on the trail and she goes, get behind a tree, get behind a tree. So we all run and get behind a tree. The mama moose and the baby moose, or basically the baby moose stayed in the water and the mama moose was circling back and forth where we were at, like going around, circling, looking for us, and did this for probably like 20 minutes to a half an hour. It was crazy. And so we were all sitting there chatting. We're like, we can't move. And we're telling people on the trail, do not go, stay back there. Do not walk over here. There's a mama moose. She's really mad. Right there.
So we were just right down here and gathering water, like soaking our feet, and out of nowhere, mama and baby moose came out and quite literally charged Nelly, our entire group, these girls. It was wild. It was scary. You all right?
So this trip truly is ending on the highest note ever, the craziest note ever. From being charged by a moose to adding an extra mile to our hike. Yeah! Callie knows. But it's been honestly one of the craziest school trips ever. We were all just talking about how I don't think anyone would actually believe us about how wild this trip was. We took photos, we took video, but I still don't think anybody's gonna really believe how epic and incredible this trip was. And crazy and terrifying, but awesome. Right?
I'm just so mad nobody was filming the scenery.
I know. Listen, the #1 rule Charles has always told me is always have the camera rolling. And I just took a second to dip my toes in the water. However, maybe there's somebody that'll like have it on camera with like filming the moose.
I know, I hope so.
That's what I'm thinking will happen. So people will actually believe us that it really happened. But Nelly, she's a brave soul. And then we got Callie, who's always looking out for everyone.
So obviously I did not film this experience. I tried to visually like show you guys like where it was at and how it happened and everything, but we all kind of looked at each other and we're like, all right, this is our sign. We gotta get down this mountain. This hike has been great. We gotta go. So, and like I said, just continue to get more and more beautiful. We got to a certain point, and I think I forget what it's called. I'll put it on the screen. But there was one woman there that it was like her peak moment of the whole trip. Like she like had such an emotional experience at this point, and she was, you know, with this new hike. She knew what we were doing on the other hike. When we were gonna do the North Fork, she was really nervous that she wasn't gonna be able to do it due to some medical issues. And she did this whole hike and she did it effortlessly. Like she just was amazing. This hike was freaking hard, like so freaking hard. And I practiced all year. Like I ran and I exercised. I did all of these different things trying to prep myself for this hike. I think everybody else did as well. She had this point at this lake and she just started crying and she was just so emotional over it. And it was just such a beautiful moment because I think we all kind of had those peak moments where there was at some point in this hike where it was like whatever was deep down in us that we were holding on to kind of just got like released and expressed, and it was just awesome. So anyways, we continued our hike down. Again, stunning views, stunning, it was just beautiful. We were all laughing, getting to know each other more, and we finally ended our stop. And again, swam in a lake, connected, reaped the benefits, reaped the rewards. And we officially finished the hike.
Callie.
Okay.
Take those shoes off, Christy. Look at her. This might be my favorite. I know, right? I didn't even know that she's like walking on rocks. Kenzie, we found your spirit animal on point. We're all like wobbling to get over the rocks, and you're like, I didn't take anything off. I'm supposed to be a dolphin. I know, we're both with me. Well, you swim. You don't walk. I know, that's true. Okay, I'll take it. Go, go, go! Go ways and then just lay down because it doesn't get hurt you. It's pretty shallow for waves.
Oh, and I had the mountains on the background on this.
You just gotta go under. Is that our group?
Like half a mile ago.
You did?
I was like, I saw water and I'm like unclipping. I just belly flop.
I love it!
That's all of us.
Woo!
And that's a wrap on our hike.
It was amazing. This particular lake held a very special part in my heart because this is a stop that we took Remy to. And Charles and I were able to experience the lake with Remy, and it was just cool. It was just like a cool ending to this really unique, unplanned adventure. It changed my life forever. I think it kind of taught me how to challenge myself and push myself and know that I can do it. It helped me push through certain fears. It allowed me to kind of release a lot of tension that I've been holding in. It allowed me to kind of like talk about my anxiety. It allowed me to connect with amazing people that I probably would have never met. And I think that connection opened my eyes to a lot of different things. I learned about different cultures. I learned a lot about different religions. I learned a lot about lifestyles. I learned a lot about just who these people were and where they came from. I learned a lot about nature and patience. There was so much more that came from this hike than I ever expected to come from this hike. Like I said, I think this experience just changed my life forever. And I can't stop smiling about it. Even with all the craziness that happened, which I feel like I didn't even fully, I know that I'm gonna go through editing this video and I'm gonna be like, oh, I forgot to talk about this. Oh, I forgot to talk about this. Oh, I forgot to talk about this. So there might be an update video to this. Even with all the crazy things that happened, like I can't stop smiling about the experience that I had and that I actually did it. I can make excuses. I am human, but I can't make excuses, and I feel like this just taught me so much and allowed me to really do something for myself and be myself. And I think it kind of unlocked a portion of myself that I didn't know was there. I loved it. So guys, that's the end of the third day of my trip. Thank you so much for supporting me and watching along. If you'd like the details of our hike, I can kind of put as much information as possible in the description if that's something that you want, or I can make another video about that. I want you guys to go check out the Jergies and Nell Jergy. She's the one who actually put together this hike. She does it once, I think, a year, twice a year. I'm trying to convince her to do more, so who knows, maybe. I know a lot of people are like setting up these like adventures, but like maybe I'll be doing a hike one day, which I would love to do. Stay tuned. Make sure you go check them out, go follow them. And I gotta say thank you to Nelly for just the best experience of my life. I have to say thank you to all of the women that I met on this trip. Oh my gosh, do I have to go down this list? Okay, so I'm gonna go down the list of women. Callie, I love you. You have the most gentle and kind heart, and you're so smart. You just brought a calming aspect to this trip, and you're amazing. Emily, you opened my eyes to so much. I learned so much from you on this trip. You are a badass. You were just a beacon of complete and utter knowledge and excitement, and you're wonderful. Jen, your determination to get through this was incredible. Like the fact that you were able to hustle through this as quickly as you did, I was so blown away. I learned so much about you and so much about your life and just different religions and different cultures that you're a wonderful human being. Christy, you are so sweet and so funny, and I loved that I learned so much about you and your life and the types of hikes that you've done and just how you've challenged yourself, and I just think you are so funny and just so wonderful. I'm so happy that I got to meet you. Liesl, you are the sweetest, most kindest, most gentle human being ever. I felt like being around you was like hugging a teddy bear. You're just so sweet and so kind, and I'm so happy that I got to meet you on this trip. I can tell how amazing of a mother you are, and you are so wonderful. Renee, you are also badass. I don't think we would have gotten through this hike as swiftly if it wasn't for you. You're so smart. I love listening to you talk. You're like a wild stallion, girl. you're a badass, and you are gentle and kind and smart and funny and just a bundle of fun to be around. And I'm so thankful that I finally got to meet you in person. Kinsey, girl, I love you. You are wonderful and calm-tempered, kind. I loved chatting with you. I loved getting to know you. You are an incredible mom and an incredible person. I'm so glad that we had a connection and that we were able to meet. You're amazing. Aubrey, girl, you are so funny. You have the same personality as me, and I'm so thankful for that. We're both super weird and obnoxious, and I just had so much fun with you. I think you were so funny. You were literally, we called you the camp mom because you had all the snacks. You were so funny and so much fun to be around. I'm so happy I met you. And I am so glad I found my soul buddy in this, someone who has just as crazy of a humor as I do, and I am so thankful for that. Last but not least, Nelly, I adore you. I love you so much. You are my sister. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of all that you've done, and I'm so thankful that you convinced me to do this. I'm so glad that we connected so many years ago. I don't know what my life would be like without you in it, and you are one of the most wonderful, most incredible, most adventurous, goofy, funny people I've ever known my whole life, and I love you and I adore you, and I'm thankful for you, so thankful. Now that I blubbered on about these wonderful women, I will end it here. All right, guys, I love you so much. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. I got a couple videos coming out about just how I packed, what it was like for my first trip, doing an overnight hike, and what I learned along the way. All right, I will see you next time. Bye.